There's a reason why anime nerds are more addicted to leveling up in Genshin Impact than leveling up their physique. And it has everything to do with one of the most powerful brain chemicals, dopamine. And if you're not able to control dopamine, dopamine will control you. You stay exactly where you are, and you never achieve the Toji physique of your dreams. So I'm gonna show you the 7-step dopamine hacking system that rewired my brain to make working out as addictive as leveling up in your favorite video game. Now, everybody thinks that dopamine is this magical brain thingamajig that makes you feel all good, warm, and tingly inside. And while yes, it does make us feel good, there's a lot more to it. Whenever we win in a game, eat something tasty, or even scroll on our phone, dopamine is activating. It's just a signal telling our brain, yes, this thing is good. It's good for us, and it's worth pursuing to get more of it. You can imagine then, if we were able to use and manipulate dopamine to make things like working out more enjoyable, then we would have no problem building an anime physique. And so what exactly is this dopamine hacking system? Well, I call it the Jinwoo method. It's no secret that the life of Sung Jin-woo looks incredibly fun, living an IRL RPG and leveling up his stats in real time. He is able to treat his life like a game, and he is the main character living in it. And as a result, he's one of the strongest creatures in his universe. There's a reason why we find it so easy to game for hours on end without thinking. Video games like MMORPGs are designed to fire off dopamine signals in your brain like crazy and keep you sucked in. I mean, with all the constant level up pings, rare loot, rewards, challenges, it's no wonder it's so addicting. But that's exactly how we're going to make building an anime physique feel like we're living in an MMORPG. Starting with the first step, become the chosen one. Jinwoo started off as the weakest E rank in the world. He was not fit for fighting dungeons, but he did so anyway so that he could help his mom and sister. After the intense double dungeon and almost getting annihilated, he got the opportunity to be chosen for a reawakening via the system. And since then, he has unlocked this new epic meaning and calling, living this larger-than-life story. For this dopamine system to work, we need to start by giving ourselves our own epic meaning and calling, imagining that what we're doing is bigger than it actually is. The best way to find epic meaning and calling is to put yourself in the shoes of an anime protagonist. First, think about who you are now. Why are you trying to get an anime physique in the first place? Because you could go your whole life without getting to that point and you'd probably be okay. But for some reason, something within you is screaming at you, I need to change, I need to become better. Whether that's to become more confident, to be strong for your family and friends, your kids, your partner, whatever it is. What you are doing is serving a much more grand purpose in this entire scheme that is the game storyline. Next, think about that person you want to become. What do they look like? How do they behave? And what can they do? And what are the goals that you need to achieve in order to find yourself at that point 12 months from now? What you're essentially doing is creating a point A and a point B, and the mini quests that you need to complete in order to get from point A to point B. But of course, a great story can only be as good as the enemies within it. These enemies are the laziness, procrastination, excuses, poor diet, and whatever else bad habits that are holding you back from getting to point B. How dare these things stand in the way of your goals? These enemies, they make you mad. They make you want to defeat them and go past them. You've identified your enemy, you've locked onto them, now it's your job to conquer. But a game can't feel like a game if it doesn't have this next thing, an XP bar. Sung Jin-woo can see exactly how he's progressing in his own experience and in each of his stats with his XP bar. Whenever he defeats a strong boss, a tough demon, or some random goons, he gets to see how much he's progressing by gaining more strength, more speed, more intelligence, or chin size. Even as the audience, every time we see Sung Jin-woo hit that level up ping over and over again, we also kind of get a hit of dopamine as well. Think about the first time you played a game with an XP bar. Even just seeing that bar or number go up a little bit is enough to make us feel good. It's just like grinding away, fighting random trainers or random wild Pokemon until you finally hear that level up ping. The feeling of finally clicking that ability in order to level it up in an RPG, or the classic sound of the Minecraft level up noise, which by the way, is my text tone. One of the strongest ways that games hack our dopamine is by giving us that sense of development and accomplishment. When we see that the action is leading somewhere rewarding, like seeing that XP bar fill up, it fires off our dopamine like crazy. It's also the reason why sticking to a workout routine is hard. Sometimes we go weeks or even months without seeing any sign of progress. Stomach is the same, biceps not growing. It becomes very hard to know if you're progressing at all and then you become sad, very sad, which is why we need to come up with a way to create our own XP bar in real life. And one way to do this is just by making a to-do list. If you ever had to run errands or make a checklist of some sort, just crossing off those tasks is very satisfying to do. That's dopamine working at its finest. It's essentially like a mini XP bar that you're filling out throughout the day. So what you can do is you take your calendar and fill it up with your workouts, like 3 sets of pull-ups, push-ups, or you're doing a 30-minute run that day. Fill it up completely as if it's like a checklist of stuff to do. And as you start doing those actions, as you start checking off that calendar, that is going to serve as your XP bar. And just like Sung Jin Woo, every amount of effort, no matter how small, is contributing to filling out that XP bar. Another way that you can create an XP bar in real life is by using a weight tracker and a smart scale. When you weigh yourself every day, the app is going to plot your stats into the system. And depending on how advanced your scale is, it's going to show your weight, your body fat, your muscle mass, and whatever else it measures. It's a great tool for serving as a real-life XP bar because it's actually measuring your real-life stats and showing you visually how much you're progressing and how much you have progressed. But my preferred way of making an XP bar in real life is just by making an XP bar in real life. With the power of Notion and a little bit of programming, I made a real-life MMORPG, progression and leveling system for all of my clients in the Protagonist Academy, where every single one of my students gains XP, and they can actually visually see their progress being made as they perform the correct actions to unlocking their anime physique. And this works in tandem with their customized diet and workout plan, and so far, their progress has been phenomenal. I'm opening up spots soon for the next round of people to join the Academy. Since I'm only taking a small group of people at a time, if you're not serious about unlocking your anime physique and finally becoming the protagonist of your own story, do not apply. But for those who are willing to do what it takes, join the waitlist today. But the problem with the XP bar step is that it doesn't work at all if you don't incorporate this next step: dailies. All good RPG style games have one thing in common, and it's one of the reasons why people come back time and time again. They all have daily quests that grant you instant rewards, whether that is XP or gold. In solo leveling, it's no different. Sung Jin Woo's daily quests of 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, 10-kilometer run was the driving force behind his early progress. Plus, those occasional bonus challenges give him a reason to work out and train even when he didn't want to. And it gives him some short-term goals to work on while he's working his way up to become the Shadow Monarch. It takes time and effort to get to the physique we want to. And having long-term goals is great, but it doesn't do anything for our dopamine because the reward is so far away from the action. But when we have these short-term goals or daily quests, it gives our brains just a little extra dopamine to work with while we're slowly grinding away at the bigger picture. And the best way to incorporate daily quests into your own fitness journey is by turning the journey into its own daily quests. Think about it. If you need to hit a certain number of calories or protein in a day to reach your goals, then that automatically becomes your daily quest. Similarly, if you need to work out every day, if you need to hit 10K steps in a day, if you need to sleep 8 hours a day, or even just drink enough water, that is your daily quest. And again, this is exactly what I do in the Protagonist Academy. But you're not just limited to dailies. Having weekly goals and weekly quests is also great for creating those short-term goals, giving you that instant feedback, and thus giving you that dopamine. Things like meeting a certain weekly weight, workout streaks, and even whether or not you ate junk food. But even when you have all of these mechanics, your IRL RPG will never be fun if you don't have this next thing: exploration. Imagine if Sung Jin Woo, using the system, he could get as strong as he wanted, but he had no freedom. The system told him exactly what to level up, where to go, and how to use his powers. The anime would be boring, and it wouldn't be fun at all. Thankfully, Jin Woo is the one who gets to decide how to use it, how far to push himself, and what dungeons he gets to do. There's a reason why games like Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring are so much fun. You have full control over what you do, where you go, and how you complete the game. Without this sense of ownership, games tend to feel rigid. You don't have fun, and then your dopamine goes down. So for you to take ownership of your own game, you're going to need 3 things. First is the ownership of outcome. You need to start taking responsibility for your own results, which means realizing that everything that you do for yourself is your fault. You can't blame your situation, you can't blame other people, and you can't blame your genetics. That means if you fail, it's all on you. But if you succeed, it's all on you. Second is the ownership of process, taking control of how you want to achieve the outcome. You get to decide. Do you want to do a push-pull leg split? Do you want to do an upper body lower split? Would you like to use only bodyweight exercises, incorporate some weights, do this exercise, that exercise? What muscles you want to focus on? It's all your choice. In the academy, my students get full say on how they want to achieve their goals, but then it's my job to translate that into the best custom structured workout plan to get them their anime physique as fast as possible. Third is the ownership of belief. Some of us work out because we feel like we have to. To get to our goals, we have to exercise, we have to diet. But this is where you need to slap yourself in the face. You guys need to realize that being able to move your body is a privilege that some people just don't have. The ability to improve yourself and get stronger is a blessing. You don't have to work out. You don't have to do anything, but you get to. You get the opportunity. Even when times you don't feel like it, you choose to anyway. Despite the fact that it is going to suck, you decide, you know what? I will embrace the suck and I am going to do this anyway, even though I know it's going to be hard.
Embrace the suck.
But if you're trying to maximize hacking your dopamine and trying to turn your fitness journey into a game, it is crucial that you do not skip this next step. Jinwoo may be leveling, but he ain't doing it solo. Whether that's Jinho, his right-hand man, his shadow army, you're watching some K-dramas, or his many waifus, Sung Jinwoo is not on this journey alone, and neither should you be. You may have noticed that working out with a bunch of homies is far more fun than working out alone. It's competitive, it's playful, and everybody's pushing each other to become better. RPGs are great, but there's a reason why MMOs are far more fun. You gotta do this multiplayer. This is part of the reason why I created the Shonen Strike community. Thousands of anime nerds looking to play this game together and having fun while doing it. But no matter how good the game is, no matter how good your multiplayer buddies are, it doesn't matter if there's no rare loot to work for, which is our next step. In solo leveling, Jinwoo gets tons of boss drops, rare loot, and cool items from his fights. Every time he defeats some dungeon or monster, he obtains something that only a fraction of the population could actually get. The scarcity and rarity of this loot is what makes games so exciting to play. Like, you get a huge dopamine surge when you finally catch a legendary Pokemon, or you finally get that rare knife skin in CSGO, because not everybody has it. For those who have been following the channel for a while, you know I like to train in the art of calisthenics.
Superior training style.
And so our rare loot are these calisthenic skills, whether that's levers, handstands, planches, or one-arm pull-ups. It's the equivalent of finally defeating that hard boss and unlocking that hidden exclusive skill that no one else has, because basically nobody can do these skills except for less than 1% of the population. And I'm not pulling that number out of my ass either. Less than 1% of people can do the very beginner skill, the elbow lever. Even skills like the frog stand, the L-sit, are all things that not everyone can do, but with enough work and enough effort, you can defeat the boss and get that rare skill. And if you're not a calisthenics guy, get out. But your rare loot could be your own PRs, like a 225 bench, a 315 deadlift, or even your own body. Unlocking a nice physique is just like unlocking a rare skin. But it is not all sunshine and rainbows, because if games were all just about win, and it was impossible to lose, then it wouldn't be fun. Why do you guys think things like gambling is so addicting? Because there's a chance that you can lose, which is why the 7th step is all about defeat. If Jinwoo loses a fight, sure, he loses the dungeon, potential loot, he might lose a few items here or there, but he'll also die. The stakes for defeat are very high, and it's what makes watching his adventures so exciting and thrilling. Like, imagine if you were completely invincible in Elden Ring, or you spent all of your time in Minecraft Creative. There would be 0 stakes, there would be no challenge, and that game is going to be boring. Dopamine works so much better when there are stakes and risk, because your brain is going to perceive the reward as far greater. So if you break a workout streak, if you don't eat a certain amount of protein in the day, if you miss your calories, punish yourself for it. Now, don't go slapping yourself in the face or burning your arm if you accidentally eat a slice of pie. Probably incorporate some healthier punishments into the mix, like wearing a dress and posting it publicly, or drawing a mustache on your face and posting it publicly. Cold showers for a week, no junk food for a month, no speaking for a month. If you can handle that, I mean, you get it. You know your limit, just play within it. Now that you have the exact system you need to get addicted to working out, but without the correct exercises and skill points to invest in, it might be years before you see any visual changes. So click here if you want to know every single exercise that you need to learn to unlock your anime physique as fast as possible.